Hi, this is Reasons Are Several, a weekly show where we like to dress for comfort more than style. This is episode 258. My name is Matt. With me is Neil. How's it going, Neil?
It's going well, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I had to go do a little clothes shopping yesterday. And before I get into that, though, let me just say, want to reach out to the show? At Reasons Are, at AngelsFreak7. And don't forget to go to don'tgotopless.store and buy some of our fucking fresh new gear.
Do it. We got an awesome new full velour green and black tracksuit. Love it.
So dope.
I'm chilling in right now. You had to go, oh, that's right, because things changed in your world, so now you have to actually buy clothes.
I do. So Lady Friend has a new gig, and it requires her to dress a little bit more like an adult. She has some events that she needs to attend, of which she needs a handsome devil to be on her arm.
Why did you put events in quotes?
I did not, you liar. And I guess at said events, they're not cool with me walking in with sweats on for some fucking reason.
Wow. All right, so she has to dress more like an adult, which means you need to dress more like an adult.
Yes, right. I have to dress more like an adult when I go to these events. So I have a pretty poor wardrobe of clothes. That's just a nice way of saying it.
All right.
I certainly could use some clothes shopping, but especially in the dress realm.
Yeah.
Because I believe the suit that I own was probably bought during the George W. Bush administration.
I have an amazing wardrobe of just high-end dress gear.
Do you?
No.
Didn't think so.
No.
But you got some stuff. I mean, you were dressed up at your sister's wedding. That was not rented,
Yeah,
right?
rented a tux.
Oh, that was rented. Okay.
Yeah, because I was in the wedding, so I had to match.
Oh, right. Of course. I forgot about that.
I have a couple outfits. The cool thing about being me, I'm going to steal your show here.
Go ahead.
The cool thing about being me is that all I have to do is wear like a pair of slacks and like a blue shirt with like a cream V-neck sweater.
And they just think you work there.
And then they're like, oh my God, this guy just totally dressed up. Like I'm wearing a 3-piece suit. That's all I got to do. I just have to not spike my hair and I'm golden.
So my jacket's fine. And literally when I say my jacket, I have one jacket. But my pants have just over the years taken a beating. And so I needed to go get some new pants. So I went to get some, and I forgot how fucking expensive all that shit is, first of all. Crazy expensive, all those clothes.
Right.
And I realized, yes, the pants that I found that I'm going to wear are fairly comfortable for dress pants, but in general, I'm not very comfortable in dress clothes.
No.
I am so used to casual wear and like barely wearing underwear. That well, I struggle with the dress clothes. I can't wait to get out of them.
How many people are actually comfortable in dress clothes?
I don't know. A lot of people wear them a lot, and they seem to do just fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of suits. Slacks can be comfortable if you're not wearing all the other attire because, they're kind of loose-fitting normally.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't... I mean, I guess it's weird. I find jeans comfortable, and jeans shouldn't be comfortable, I guess.
I'm to the point where putting on jeans is like, I'm dressing up.
Right. Oh, no. I'm with you right there.
Like, I can't tell you how many times we are going to go somewhere, and I have to ask Lady Friend, can I wear sweats? She's like, sure. Yes. People must look at me and go, well, he quit.
I think it's really weird, too. I'll wear an outfit. I'll have an outfit on, and then I'll be thinking, oh, if I wear my new Air Force Ones,
yeah,
I'm dressing up. Or even more so, if I wear a pair of like really nice shoes, this outfit's full on dressy, and it's just jeans and like a button down dirtbag shirt.
Sure, but that would require you to take the shoes out of the box, and heaven forbid you have to do that.
Dude, oh my God, we have to talk. This is something we should talk about. I'm going to actually have to take shoes out of the box out of necessity, which means I need
Because you need a new cum box?
Right. No, because I need to wear them, which means I need to order more Air Force Ones to have as backup.
Oh my God.
But here's the issue. I had a couple hookups to get my Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
That shit dried up.
All of them. And one of my hookups went to go work at Under Armour, which is very cool.
You don't want those shoes.
But not I'll take the shoes. Like, I like some of the Under Armour. One of my favorite high tops were Under Armour, but they're not Air Force Ones.
No, their shit's whack, man.
So I looked at the prices on some of the stuff I want. People pay that?
Well, that's the thing. The discounted price was what the retail price felt like it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, that costs, $50. That's right. Or that costs $100, whatever. Obviously not for Air Force Ones. Those are very expensive. But just in general, attire.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that should be a $30 shirt. No,
and then
it's
why
60.
is an almost 50-something-year-old spending money on Air Force Ones?
I don't know. Do you want to refer to yourself as an almost 50-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I am.
We're not there yet. Let's just say you're in your 40s and let's stick to that.
Nah.
You got a ways to go, bro. Come on.
Sadly, I don't.
You do.
So
2022. You got till 2022 before you have to worry about that.
is that true?
Yeah, you're born in 72, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, hey,
Simple
you born
math,
in 72, right? You see James? Was he born in 72? You see Mark? He born in 72, man? Why are you born in 72, bro? All right, so tell me more about this shopping.
Oh, it's not. There wasn't much to it. It's just that I'm just really bad at it. I have to ask the people for help. Do these colors match? And I'm just terrible. So I just don't know what I'm doing. And so it went fairly smooth considering all I did was buy a pair of pants, a shirt, and a tie. I didn't have to get a new jacket. My shoes are fine. But it's just it's one of those things where I think at the time when I'm in there, I should get more of this stuff. But I'm like, but I never wear it.
I never
point?
feel that way.
And I'm not comfortable with it. But I just feel bad. I feel bad for my lady friend because she's basically married to a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
He likes to wear sweats. He's got his maturity levels low. He, occasionally likes to play a video game.
Yells at the TV when he watches sports.
Still plays sports in a league. What am I?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's pretty
That
good.
poor gal.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not like you drink way too much and then start yelling into a microphone and sometimes pass out in a closet. I mean, that would be insane.
Rarely happens. That
Right.
rarely happens.
Right.
Yes. Anyway, but I just thought it was funny because I am so bad about my attire. My wardrobe is just terrible. But anyway,
Nice. But it's 3 pieces better now.
that's true. Let's move on to rosier topics.
Okay.
How's your podcast doing?
Oh, it's doing well. It's doing well. But do you mean this Reasons Are Several?
I'm sorry, I meant your other podcast, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, that you do with your wife Annalise.
Well, Matt, I mean, it's interesting because I know you've had, and we've talked about it a lot, and you have extreme dedication to this podcast. And it's I can see this going on for frickin' ever. I could see me not being your last co-host because my brain is going to explode and you're going to be like, oh, need somebody else.
We'll still keep going.
Just keep it. You're the Energizer Bunny of podcasting. Uh-huh. You and the Ginger.
That's right.
But I was having an issue. I did not want to podcast anymore. I didn't want to do Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks anymore. Mm-hmm. Simply because when Annalise and I started, it was an hour a week that we put aside and we just chatted and it would just be us. And we talk about our lives. And then as 5 years went on, I just kind of felt like we were. I mean, our lives aren't all that exciting. So it's every year we talk. Well, it's let's see, it's the new year. It's Valentine's Day. What are we going to do at Cinco de Mayo? Getting ready for Outside Lands. Here comes vacation. Now it's the holidays. It's getting cold. Christmas. And it was the same thing, Target, this and that, which was fun in the beginning because it felt all new. But then as time went on, I felt like I was just rattling off the list of things I did during the week, and it didn't feel very genuine or personable.
I can understand that, but at the same time, I think, of course, the topics that you're choosing that you guys, use every week are just vehicles for a conversation anyway.
Right.
And people, people often say about podcasts, you really have to. In almost all cases, not necessarily all, but most, you really have to like the hosts and be invested in them if you want to like the show. Some people are just about the content, but for the most part, you got to like the host or it's going to be miserable, especially since it's just their goddamn voice.
Sure.
I know you have the vlog as well on the live. That being said, yours is even more so because the whole show is about you guys. It's not like you guys, you know what I mean?
Right.
So people come and show up. They come and show up.
Right.
Because they want to hear you guys talk and riff and shoot the shit. So I understand thinking, oh God, we're reaching here, we're stretching here because we already talked about this 5 times, but I don't think that's necessarily how your fans feel because they're there to just hear you guys shoot the shit, like I said.
Sure, and we have had the experiences too where some people have listened for a long time and then they kind of drop off and new people come in, and so for them it's the first time, but
right.
For me it just started feeling tired for me. I just wasn't as exciting for the conversation part. I was excited to do it with Annalise and speak with her and share things with her, but the topics were just look, I don't want to talk to you about going to Target. We've done it,
Right.
And so I was done, and Annalise didn't feel that she was done with our podcasting yet. And so we had a conversation and kind of tried to come up with new ideas that would make it feel as though we're being genuine, but at the same time talking about new things and talking about different ideas with each other.
Right.
And also because we do it live and have been doing it live now for I think about 6 months or something on YouTube, if not longer.
Oh, longer than that. Has to be longer than that.
That we actually, that was one of the things I was having a hard time with, of which I gave you a hard time with, was that is the distraction of doing the live show. I didn't find it a distraction. I'm sure it was, but I felt Annalise was getting distracted by the chat and doing it live. And that made me frustrated because I felt like I wasn't getting her attention, which was the whole point of doing the show.
Sure. Right.
So I thought, well, what if we actually make the chat more? I mean, it is a big part of the show, but in my head and in our discussing what this would evolve into, that we make the chat more about the show. We actually promote it to have people show up and chat about the topic. Like we give everybody the topic. Here's what we're going to talk about this week. It's still light and fun and just about us, but actually incorporate that. So when Annalise is engaged in the chat or speaking to the chat, I'm not feeling left out because I have, whether it's an insecurity or whatever, because I figured it was my time with Annalise. It was weird to feel like I was sharing it. We've decided that we need more time, just us. Like we don't want to save those conversations during the week anymore. We want to share those every night.
Right.
So this was like, okay, now it's time that we share with our friends that show up on the chat or listeners that show up on the chat. And I don't think I'll feel as left out or ignored by her incorporating the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a little more generic because you're talking about a topic. You're still telling personal stories that are just going to come from that. Like, you know what I mean? Those things will all happen. Those tangents are going to happen. But instead of saying, oh, I've been meaning to tell you this since Tuesday, you can talk on Tuesday.
Sure.
And then you can even go back and say, oh, this happened to me on Tuesday. I already told Neil about it, blah, 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 blah. And then everybody in the chat sitting there and interacting with you. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, and one of the other things too has been, my headspace from all my mental stuff and my brain injury has been, I don't know if you say it's been good lately or has been bad lately. Like I've been having a lot of trouble with it, and that's been adding to, I guess, like this weirdness I've been having with the podcast, because I feel that if I'm talking about myself and that's what the show is about, I don't feel I'm being genuine if I'm not sharing everything. But I'm not comfortable at sharing everything right now.
I understand that.
So it's kind of one of the, and sometimes your
Save
co-host
something for
is
yourself.
forcing you to know. So it's one of those things that this way I don't feel like I'm hiding anything. I'm actually part of the conversation and we're sharing stuff.
Right.
And again, you know how difficult it is for me to stay on track on anything.
No.
At least on the podcast. I think I do a better job in person, though. I think I'm pretty good about being in the moment in person. But on the podcast, I think
that is true.
I'm all over the place.
Like if you go out to, I don't know, say napkins, and
right?
you sit there and have a conversation, you're totally dialed in.
Am I? Are you being?
Yeah.
Am I not?
No, I'm serious.
All right. Unless we go out to, what was the place we played darts on?
Oh, the new Max's Tavern.
Yeah, and unless I go there and I'm not prepared for the environment, of which case I just
I didn't feel like you were ignoring me. There was so much going on.
Oh no, I would not leave you. I was clinging on to you for dear life.
Keep them away.
Yeah, that's right. So
this change is happening this week. So if you listen to Neil's show, Neil and Annalise's show, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, it's on they record it Fridays, youtube.com/Halos and Heathens.
Thank you.
It's going to be a topic-based more so than just a, hey, what did we get up to this last week?
Exactly.
It's no longer that weekly wrap. It's more about like, hey, this is a project we're working on this month, or hey, I saw this the other day and it got me thinking about this. What do you think of this?
Right.
What do you think of sex bots? I can't wait till you bring that topic.
That will be a topic.
And, Can I be a guest on that show?
For sure. And I think we'll still have.
I feel like I'm kind of an authority at this point.
Our tangents, for sure. We'll still have our tangents, and obviously we're still going to share our experiences and catch up on our week and all that.
Right.
But even like with guests, we're going to be a little more focused with that too, where there will be a topic and we'll have a guest that pertains to that topic.
Right.
Like if you were to come on, obviously we'd be talking sex bots.
I mean, there's other things we could talk about, but sure.
Right. If we were going to have Henno on, never mind.
You don't even go there. No. Well, good. Well, I'm glad that you're able to find a change that is kind of making the podcast new. It's always good to make, subtle changes and things to keep it fresh, and because it's hard to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Even if people are digging it and loving it, if the hosts aren't totally on board with it, it's going to shine through that way, and it's going to hurt the show.
And it's one thing I applaud you about is just, for 5 years, just killing it. And I know it's changed a little bit over the years, especially with different hosts, but you just show up week after week, and it's like, we just rely on
That's
that.
right. You can fucking set your watch to it, right?
I
Death,
do.
taxes, and Matt podcasting.
I do. Freaking 10 keys in podcasting, baby.
Should we switch subjects for a moment and go to the Yelp desk?
Is the Yelp desk about me?
No. I know
Then
you like
I
to
say
talk about
no. Let's
yourself.
just keep talking about this. Yeah.
Why are you talking, man?
Why are you talking, man?
So, by the way, before we go to the Yelp desk, just if you want to go check out episode 264, Neil and Annalise talk about it a lot there as well. If you have more interest in the changes that are coming to that show, you guys go pretty deep on exactly what's happening there. Go check that out.
Thank you.
Yelp desk.
This past Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
we went.
Saturday. Have you ever thought of trying like some karaoke to Elton John? Because it's much easier to sing than Journey.
Oh, I've thought about all sorts of songs.
All right, good.
But I shouldn't do it. I should never do it.
Right.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. A few Billy Joel songs are pretty good too.
Yeah, that's true. Those are more sing-along too. You want to get the crowd involved. But anyway, this past Saturday we went to a bowling alley with some friends of ours, some of our kids' friends and their parents. That
Knocking down some pins.
Knocking down some pins, yeah.
Nice.
You a fan of the bowling?
I actually am. Yeah.
I am too.
I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
I'm worse at darts than I am bowling, but I'm terrible at bowling.
Of course, you showed up and just put on a show with the darts.
No,
so.
Bowling I've done. Darts I really haven't done that, like aside from Winged, but bowling I am absolutely terrible at.
No, well then we should definitely go bowling in the Eugene in October.
Oh, I'm in.
Well, by the way, first of all, is there a bowling alley? And I know you don't probably go very often, but do they ever not have cosmic bowling anymore? Like, I feel like every time you go to bowling alley,
What is cosmic bowling?
cosmic bowling is when they have the lights low and the fucking like the
I've never experienced this.
the black lights on and
No.
everything, and there's music playing, and it's real dark. And
Is it like 80s music?
it depends on where you go.
I've never have experienced.
They'll have like
or heard of
videos
this.
up on the screen, like when you're going to bowl. There'll be like video screens that you're seeing as you go to bowl.
No,
That's
This
all
sounds
bowling is now. It's
amazing.
not the old like
Oh, I've only been to where like it's that terrible fluorescent lighting,
yeah.
and it's super bright,
Oh yeah.
and everything echoes like there's no frickin' tomorrow.
Yeah, and any bowling alley built before the year like 2000 still smells like smoke.
Oh, for sure, smoke and stale Budweiser.
Yeah.
And no, that's all. I've never experienced any sort of light dimming.
It's all cosmic
I
bowling
mean, I will
now.
tell you this: if I was ever bowling and the lights started to dim,
You'd get out
I'm
of
just happy because I know I can run faster than Annalise, so I know I'll make it. I'll make it out.
It's not like being encountering a fucking mountain lion.
Is that why you married a little person too? Because you knew, like, in the woods or
It's
anywhere,
not,
like,
hey, it is not polite to call them little people.
Oh my god!
They are just shorter gals. That's it.
They're not little people, because you knew, like, no matter what the situation, like boats going down, mountain lion chasing you, bear in the woods. I don't know, ISIS, that you could outrun your partner. So you're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm faster than one of them.
Exactly.
And then
that's why I got the
you-
2 kids now. I can throw 3
That's what I was
things
going to
at
say.
those.
Knowing how paranoid you are about stuff, you're like, oh shit, I'm safe for like a good 6 months in the
Yeah,
apocalypse.
totally.
I like it. That
That is
was my
exactly
thought.
why I
that was
did
my
it.
thought too.
I
Yeah.
should have had more children, so I had more diversions to throw out when I encounter a mountain lion. My whole life is built around encountering a mountain lion.
I used to date 7 foot tall sprinters, and then my dad said, "You've got this all wrong."
Yeah, terrible idea.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't marry Flojo.
That's why he said I married your mom, and I was like, "Oh, bummer." And if you can get one, maybe with a few extra pounds, you're totally set.
Oh, boy. So we went to this place that's south of us called the Wilsonville Lanes.
Just realized that's why she married me.
Yep. It's those handles on the
That's
side
it.
she can
That's
grab a
it.
hold of. Wilsonville Lanes is the name of the place. We had a fine time. The food was pretty...
Wilsonville.
Yeah,
Is it
Wilsonville
in
is
Wilsonville?
a little bit south of us.
Is it an actual like town? Is that Wilsonville?
Town is called Wilsonville. Mm-hmm.
It sounds very. What was the with Andy Griffith?
Oh, like Mayberry?
Yeah, Wilsonville.
Yeah. Well, is
a volleyball the mayor?
No.
Okay.
No. So it's just south of us. They got a bunch of it's like they have a huge commercial area where they have like everything you could possibly want as far as, food and everything.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Sure. So at Wilsonville Lanes, they do have food. The food is pretty shit, as you might expect.
Mm-hmm.
But Erin was there only 5 days prior to us being there. She was there, and this post is from April Fool's Day.
ERIN?
ERIN. She had a different experience.
Oh, Erin.
1 star.
Okay.
She lives in Wilsonville, by the way, so this is hometown lanes for her.
Wow.
Eat before going to this place so you won't have to deal with their lady cook.
Their lady cook? Does she cook lady parts?
Great place to bowl, but the lady in the kitchen is as rude as all heck.
No, it is Mayberry.
Totally.
It is Mayberry.
Shoot. She huffs and puffs when she delivers orders to customers and ends up slamming their foods on the table in front of them. Could you imagine? Here's your goddamn food. Like just being that angry.
It reminds me of, have you seen the Geico commercial about pie? With the lady who was on Bones. She played the prosecutor on Bones.
Remind me.
So he walks, the little Geico gecko walks in, and it's open. The place is open 24 hours. And he goes,
it's a diner?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He goes, what is, yeah, that would have made much more sense for me to say. He says, oh, you're open 24 hours, kind of like how you can get, 24 hours Geico. And he goes, now, what can I do to get some of that 24-hour pie? Because they serve pie.
Lovely.
And she yells out pie, but the way it's part of her character, and the way she does it just reminds me of like the lady would slam it down. Pie, click.
24-hour pie. Okay.
That didn't sound right at all.
It doesn't sound good. They need to keep her in the kitchen. Whoa. Let's back up here, Aaron. You're saying this woman's place is in the kitchen?
Wow.
They need to keep her in the kitchen as she has no personality and even less customer service. She should not be interacting with customers.
I'm surprised she didn't write who gave her shoes and let her out of the kitchen.
Well, it's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
That's the whole review. It was just a short one. But it was funny because it was so recent. It was on April Fool's Day, which made me think, was the lady cook playing tricks on her because it was April Fool's Day? Is Aaron's review fake news because it's on April Fool's Day?
Have you checked any more of Aaron's reviews? I know you're a fan of that.
I did look. She has 9 reviews.
Mm-hmm.
6 are 5-star.
Oh, okay.
3 are 1-star. So it's all or nothing.
Oh,
there.
she's all or nothing.
She's
Gemini.
all or nothing.
Definitely a Gemini. Does it give her birthday?
No, it does not. So there you go. Wilsonville Lanes. I had a pleasant experience. I mean, again, I know we've talked about star systems and do you base your stars on what your expectation is of the place? If it's a little burger joint.
You've changed my mind on this.
Yes. So if you're going to go to this place, I mean, I don't think it was great. It was probably 3 stars, maybe 3.5. It was fine.
Right.
It was pretty good. The bowling experience was pretty good. The food was, like I said, my food, I didn't think it was that good. Lady friend said hers was better than mine. I just, you know what I mean? It was fine.
Well, may I ask what you had?
I just had a burger. I kept it simple. I was going to get a club sandwich, but I thought that's
with
too
fries?
complicated. Too complicated for the lady cook to make a club sandwich.
Yeah.
So I'll just get a burger and keep it simple because I had seen before where somebody said their burgers are pretty good. Burgers are kind of
Did you get fries with that?
I did get fries with that.
And were they like actual fried fries, or were they those crappy fries that they kind of fry but really taste like they came out of an oven?
No, they were legit fries.
Okay, cool.
They were decent.
That's good because sometimes you go bowling, you would just want fries and beers.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't go with me on this, but man, I love the crinkle fries, and you just never find them.
Wow.
I'm a crinkle fry fan.
See, are you really? This is something I did not know about you.
Well, again, I'm a 14-year-old
Now I feel
kid.
like I'm on Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
I told
that
you
would
before
be
in the
seasoned. If
show.
you were 14 years old, it would be seasoned fries.
Would
It'd
it
be
be
those seasoned curly cute fries. Yeah,
Maybe,
that was the
okay.
thing. With
so
ranch.
curly fries, I'm like 6 years old.
Yeah, that would work because that would be me at 14. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we would have been hanging out.
Yeah, right.
You would have been the smart one.
Anyway, Neil, let me ask you this.
Oh, man. That's how it feels. I like it. It feels good.
What are you doing April 23rd through the 26th?
I plan, like personally, I'm
Just
probably going to jack it.
What's on your schedule?
sure.
Just want to know. Are you free?
Can you give me the weekdays?
That's a Tuesday to a Friday.
Oh, I think I'm booked up. I think I'm going to
Okay,
be in jail.
Well, I was going to ask you if you would like to join me at the AMC, is it Metreon 16 in San Francisco?
Oh, yes, the Metreon.
Well, they will be playing
Yeah.
every Marvel movie consecutively all the way up to Endgame, 59 hours straight in a theater.
My understanding was that they're playing them all in order as they should be, not consecutively.
I thought they're playing them in order of release.
Oh, my understanding was in order of how the
regardless.
the MCU.
59 hours. No breaks. I mean, you can go take a piss. You can fucking fall asleep.
Leave. Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
They'll probably
but I'm saying
allow in and out.
They will be running that whole thing for 59 hours straight. So you want to join me?
I would do it. I would actually do it.
Would you?
I would. I think that would be an absolute blast.
Oh man, it's so they're doing this in New York, in Chicago, and then in San Francisco. It starts, I guess it must be Tuesday evening, and runs all the way up. And basically, so it says the premium event will include marathon only collectibles. Woohoo! A special concession offer. Well, I fucking hope so, because they're going to be there for a long time.
Unlimited popcorn and drinks.
And I think there's some restaurant that's actually going to deliver food to these people, and one of them, maybe it's the one in Illinois, I can't remember. And then it leads all the way up so that you get to watch Endgame 1 hour earlier than everybody else. That's your reward. You get to watch Endgame 1 hour earlier.
So here's the funny thing. I would do it. I don't know if I'd watch Endgame because I'd be so tired and burnt out by then. I think it would be worth it to like freaking bail and then watch Endgame later. Although I would disappear on Infinity Wars because I don't want to see that one. But did you want to fly out? We'll do it. I'll get tickets.
Let's do it.
You want to?
We'll live. No.
Oh.
No, Neil. We're not going to do that.
Sorry.
59 hours? Are you crazy? I don't think I could do it for Star Wars. And I would do that way first. And it's way less movies. Way first. Good English. Because I was thinking about that. I mean, if you started with the prequels, I guess you could start with 4 and then go back. But if you started, that's
you do it in order. Yeah.
That's only 10, or that's what is that? 8. So it's 8 episodes plus the 2, and then going into the third. So you'd have 11 movies to watch.
So 11 movies, and
so
some
like
of them were fairly
22,
long.
23 hours, 24 hours, so about a day.
That would be cool.
That's doable. And you could totally take a nap during episodes 2 and 3, I think.
I definitely think there would be sleeping times during, and I think for those of us like you and I that have seen the 4, 5, and 6 so many times that we could probably sleep during the parts we knew we could sleep during, and then wake up when it's like, is this the part? Yeah.
No, I'm in a theater watching the better movies. I'm going to watch those. I'm going to fucking pass out during Attack of the Clones. That movie is a piece of shit.
Oh, no. I for sure asleep during those, but I'm just saying there's those few moments, where you're
snooze.
just,
I see what you're saying.
Like our bodies would know, like, oh, you got to wake up now.
Yeah, if it was at the Skywalker Ranch theater, could never do it because it can't have the food.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
I mean, the movies would be amazing
Way
to watch in that theater.
Yeah.
But to not have any food, be fucked.
And you're not allowed to you can't sleep. Could you imagine being caught sleeping in there?
No.
Ninja would freaking hack your head off.
What are you doing?
Send her freaking Falcon to poke your eyes off your dead head. Annalise would wrap you up in wires and then feed you to Jim. It would be terrible.
Whoa.
Well, we're
this is getting worse by the second.
I know. Depends what he starts with.
Oh, boy. I was going to say, speaking of Star Wars Celebration starts Friday, and I know you don't care. It's expected that the Episode 9 trailer is going to drop Friday morning.
Why wouldn't I care?
Because you don't like to watch the trailers, because you don't want to ruin the movie.
Oh, that's right. No, I don't like to watch the trailers. I watch the trailers for Solo. Haven't seen the movie yet.
Still, to this day.
Watch the trailers, man.
God damn. So disappointing.
And you heard what they said, what they came out and said about Solo now, right? That they're trying to wipe it from the Star Wars universe.
Oh, fuck that.
I'm totally playing with you.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No,
there's probably some fucking online petition to do so.
Well, remember, I'm part of the online petition that believes that Jar Jar Binks was actually a Jedi, so.
Oh, boy. Well, a lot of people wanted to wipe Last Jedi from the books.
That's because
nope, didn't happen. It's like,
they're
look,
idiots.
It was not my favorite movie by any means. There were some moments. Overall, not a big fan. But let's not. We're not going to wipe it out.
No.
Hey, you fucking mind?
It can't be what it used to be.
Well, because of nostalgia.
That's
everything's
gonna
better
be
in
the
the
new.
past.
It is what it is. It can't be what it used to be.
Well, what's the
you don't know what it got
Arctic
till it
Monkeys lyric? Nothing is as pretty as the past, though.
Oh, I don't know about
This
that.
Bloody Mary's lacking her Tabasco.
Nothing's as pretty as the past, though. No.
Meaning, you look back on moments as these great things, this nostalgic trip, and sometimes can, whatever.
You nailed it. Yes.
I think I lost my train of thought.
You know what's funny is while you were saying that, that's exactly what I thought when I heard it. I was like, nothing is better than no, I don't get it. It's not landing.
Like, remember the first 5 minutes of this show? Fucking amazing. Now, though, shit.
You know, the last 30 seconds of sex is better than the first 3 minutes. Just saying.
Depends.
Depends who you ask.
Depends who you ask. Depends on how it ends.
Yeah. Right. That's true. Those handcuffs, man, they hurt.
Oh, boy. Porn can be amazing, Neil. I know you don't agree with that.
I'm not a big fan.
Do we really want to experience porn in a group setting with vibrating seats and wind machines?
Now you absolutely have my yes. Okay, hold on. If this was a public thing with vibrating seats and wind machines, I would go to a porn theater. Absolutely.
Well, you're in luck.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to say, by the way, careful because those wind machines, you can get cancer from that.
From the noise they make.
From the noise,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Have you ever heard a recording of a wind machine?
No.
No, because everyone who ever has is dead. Cancer.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Yeah.
It's real. It's a real threat. It says that's exactly what's on offer at one cinema in Amsterdam. So we got to go to Amsterdam. You have never been to Amsterdam, correct?
Wow. Rub it in there, rich guy.
Dude, you should totally go.
That's such the rich thing to say.
Always.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Thailand? Oh my God, it's amazing. You should go. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get right on that. How much is the ticket? $6,000? No thanks.
Annalise and I catch ourselves a lot of the time with the Jamaica thing. Like, have you ever been to Jamaica? No. And we're just like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
If you ever have the chance, it's kind of neat
Yeah.
because it's, oh my God, why haven't you gone?
It's a bit braggy.
Have you ever driven a Lamborghini? You totally should.
Before you die,
Yeah.
you need to do that.
Even if it's just your friends. It doesn't
You
have
ever
to be yours.
owned your own yacht? Oh, you got to do it.
Wow.
The 5D porn cinema located in the red light district allows visitors to watch X-rated movies shown in 3D and with a variety of sensory effects: wind, water, bubbles, lights, and snow that sync with the action. Snow?
All right. I'm envisioning, I'm visualizing. I am seeing kind of like what they do with the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but now with porn.
Yeah.
So people just start throwing jizz on the stage, condoms, lube.
Yeah.
What else goes on in a porn?
That's about it. That's
All
most
right.
of it.
Now tell me that wouldn't be fun.
Well, and I think the 3D, you got to be careful. I mean, so you got the glasses on and you're just like ducking dongs like while you're watching or what?
Well, that would be interesting because like what do you want to see come at you in a porn?
Dongs.
There's your episode title. Dongs.
Dongs. Just simply dongs.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even think I want to see like.
Well,
boobies.
it's like when you talk about seeing porn in HD and it's like, woo, that's.
I've never talked about that, Matt.
Yeah, we have. We talked about one night you were wasted.
When I watch,
You were real adamant about
in
it.
HD.
It's a little too clear, maybe. Let's leave something to the imagination.
Yeah, if you can see the crab's high five, I don't need.
Oh,
that.
gross. Yeah. With the promise of 5D, you might expect a journey in time, the fourth dimension, or mathematical theory. Oh, fuck, you got me now.
Oh, Jesus, we're going string theory now?
The abstraction of a fifth dimension.
Get your 10 key. Get your freaking.
Gotta get it out.
Is your
loosen up my fingers.
Abacus?
Abacus. Trying to remember if I guess I was mostly a left-hand 10 key because then I could write with my right hand. Brr, brr. Yeah, that's the sound.
That's funny. That's the sound of me jacking it.
But the creators of the cinema have cleverly substituted these complex ideas with bubbles. What? Exactly what you want when you're watching porn, a face full of bubbles.
You went from string theory to bubbles?
Yeah. I don't know where the bubbles come in. And the snow. I'm still confused about the snow. But anyway.
I mean, one of the biggest porn tropes, right?
Pone.
Is, hey, My snowmobile broke down. Are you a mechanic? Are you just passing through?
I thought it was a pizza delivery guy on a snowmobile.
Why do you have a pizza? Are you a plumber? My pipe has a leak. My pipe needs tightening. Something about
All
a pipe.
those.
Yeah.
Exactly, right. Oh, no, my toboggan.
No, my toboggan.
On top of all that, the seats vibrate, ooh boy, and move to really bring the experience to life. The movies that are shown at the cinema have been made exclusively for the experience in collaboration with porn star Kim Holland. Kim Holland, operating in Amsterdam.
Boy or girl?
Well, I assume Kim is probably a girl, but you might be right. Maybe it's a guy.
I don't want to get excited for no reason.
Okay.
Were your parents ever poor enough that you and your siblings stayed in a motel or a hotel that had the vibrating bed?
I don't know that I ever stayed in a room that had that bed.
We did in Tahoe before my sister was born.
It reminds me of the movie Vacation.
And I thought it was the best thing ever.
Yeah, was it massage therapy?
It was like this weird vibration, but it was fun.
So were you like, cool. Sweet, my butt's vibrating, now I can jack it, or were you like face down?
Oh no, I was little, so I don't think I discovered jacking at that point. I'm sure I was yanking on it for some reason, but no, I remember being on my back, face up,
vibrating your butt.
My parents, when I asked them if I could try it, I think the look on their face was like, we got to find a way to make more money because he's laying on a bedspread that I'm sure hasn't been washed since the 50s.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
No
more
way.
I think about it, I'm just like, I was a jizz-covered kid vibrating my ass off.
Yeah, but that's fine. You're generating your own jizz anyway, so what's the harm?
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah. Now a full 3-hour blockbuster of porn might be a bit much for our brains and our loins to handle, which is exactly right. Like, you don't need a fucking film.
Are porns that long?
No. I'm going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, the movies are much shorter than normal cinema films, with the experience lasting just 6 minutes.
Yeah, maybe
right.
A little longer. You might need a little
you could go 10. You could go 15.
Yeah, I was going to say 10 to 15.
15 tops.
Yeah, 15 is. I would say 10 to 12 because you do want the story, especially if it's in 3D and
you want to know how the movie ends, but you're going to be wiped out after you blow.
I want to know who pays for the pizza. That's all I want to know.
Did the pizza get eaten? It's just sitting over there on the counter.
If a delivery takes that long,
mm-hmm.
does he get to keep his? Why is a pizza delivery always a dude?
I don't know. They rarely had the opposite situation where it's a gal delivering and there's a guy or a gal home.
Yeah, I just it's never, from my understanding, it's never a girl plumber.
Maybe because porn used to be geared way more toward men than women.
Yeah.
So it was the male fantasy of going, I'm just doing my minimum wage job, but I might fucking get to rail this woman.
Oh my God. How many people do you think that aren't super bright, get a job, and then they think, oh, this could happen?
Dude, have you seen Loverboy?
That
guy was banging all sorts of chicks. No, not the band. The movie with what's his face that was on.
I think it's adorable that after all these years, you still ask me if I've seen a movie.
It's a movie from the 80s. You would have seen it.
Oh.
You would have been like 15.
Who's in it?
Patrick Dempsey is the kid. He's fucking crazy, skinny, and young.
I'm going to look it up.
And he's the pizza delivery guy. And when these women order like extra anchovies or something, that means that's the cue that he's supposed to go and basically fuck these women. And of course, he's got a girlfriend. He's trying to pay for college and all this bullshit. And in the end, he's like, some of the women, they didn't even want the sex. They just needed companionship. And in the end, his girlfriend forgives him, even though he's fucking banged half the city.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about it, though.
It's not a good movie.
It must
but
have been.
It's the guy fantasy.
So my buddies and I, well, not my buddies, but I have one friend that we used to get together.
Let's be real. You don't have any friends.
No. Rent movies. We usually like crazy, like B-rated horror films.
Okay.
And we would, oh my God, this is terrible. We would eat warm, like out of the can, refried beans and warm root beer.
What?
So we'd just fart all night long while watching these movies. That was our thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I was 22.
It was like a scene from Blazing Saddles.
Oh my God. It was terrible.
Wow. As far as the porn goes, the movies shown here are definitely on the lighter side. The owners say that the movies contain a lot of humor as well as all the sex. And they insist the showings are really popular with men, with women, not just men.
Oh.
So there you go. You need to go to Amsterdam, dude. You totally need to go to Amsterdam. And then you should go to the 5D theater.
Okay. Yeah, that's a plan.
5Ds. I got one more subject for us.
Okay.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah.
This was sent to us from Kristen Meyer.
Okay.
It is from W Magazine. This article is titled, What It Looks Like When a Sex Doll Joins the Family.
What?
What it looks like when a sex doll joins a family. A family. At first glance, Elena Dorfman's photographs could simply be snapshots of everyday...
Steven Dorfman's sister?
Maybe. It could be. Okay. I don't know.
Do you know who Steven Dorfman is?
Isn't Steven Dorfman...
He was a stud for a while. He was in Blade.
He was the actor, right?
Yeah.
Was he the one who did the vape cigarettes? Is that Steven Dorfman?
I don't know. He was like hot and a great actor, and then all of a sudden he's like done. Probably got into drugs or porn or something.
He's probably still doing shit you just don't know. Because you don't watch movies. So what the fuck do you know?
Good point.
He's doing fine. Elena Dorfman's photographs could simply be snapshots of everyday domestic life, There's one key difference, though, that sets her and Jamie Dimon's work apart from that of other portrait photographers. Beyond exploring romantic, sexual, and familial love, they also focus on the emotions that can develop between humans and the hyper-realistic synthetic representation of humans that they keep as companions.
Well, I told you my hyper sympathetic feeling towards all those animals that look like robots. That was reversed. All those robots that look like animals.
Dynamics ones, the dogs. Yeah. It makes sense, I guess.
I guess.
Indeed, for the humans, there's nothing synthetic about these dolls, and not just for the older single men you might expect to purchase a sex doll. Like the subjects of Diamond's images, which portray members of an artist community known as the Reborners, some of whom are unable to have children or have lost a child. We talked about that before.
Oh, that's right.
Holding hyper-realistic babies. Some of Dorfman's subjects are also mothers who've welcomed their dolls so fully into their families that they join the rest in sitting at the kitchen table. We'll get into that in a minute.
Wait, what? Hold on now.
They just prop them up at the fucking kitchen table and hang out with the rest of the family.
Did you ever see
part of the family.
Kentucky Fried Movie?
Oh, God, I don't know if I ever actually saw that. I know of the movie. I can't remember if I saw it.
They have one thing about death, and it's like the 5 reasons you can tell if your family member has died, or how you can tell about death. And what they do, one of the scenes is they have like their dead family member propped up at the dinner table because they're like, just because this person has died doesn't mean that you can't still enjoy their company. They're all swimming around the pool, and there's just a floating body. They're all playing volleyball. Chevy Chase when he was younger. Yeah.
Sounds like Weekend at Bernie's. That guy should have won a fucking award.
Yeah, you should definitely check out Kentucky Fried Movie.
I'll get right on that.
It's totally inappropriate.
Quote, my ambition is never to judge, but to allow the inhabitants of this secret world to share their daily lives with me, Dorfman said. I'm gonna judge.
I was gonna say, this sounds like something you would say.
No, I'm gonna judge. Okay, you ready to open this link up and take a look at these pictures with me?
Oh, snap, son. Yeah.
So these pictures, I will, the link will be in the show notes if you wanted to follow along with us, but we're going to go a little bit, maybe sort of one by one. Okay. The first one's pretty simple. It's just a doll sitting there cross-legged, so no big deal.
Which is funny, because if I didn't know it was a doll, I would know it 100%. Yeah, I mean, if I just scroll through the picture, I'd be like,
now
whatever.
Let's look at the next picture.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus, no. No.
Smoking.
What is going on with that woman's boobies?
That's what I was going to get to.
Fake boobies?
First of all, I was going to say, you're going to give your doll cancer. Stop smoking around your doll. And second, she needs to wear a more flattering top, because there is cleavage action going on there that nobody needs to see.
They look like fake boobies attached to.
They might be.
Yeah.
They might be. Next.
Yeah. Is that Dave Mustaine playing video games?
Just a guy watching TV with his doll.
Oh my God.
His hand is on her leg, which is making me very uncomfortable. I can only imagine how she feels. Look at the
expression on her face.
I was going to say that's the thing. She looks very, very bored, but obviously also uncomfortable about the fact that his hand's on her leg.
This looks like Dave Mustaine.
Look at her body language.
Just after he got kicked out of Metallica, he's watching some Men at Work video. I mean, obviously, but here's my thing. This is the question I want to ask you. How
Okay.
old are these pictures? Because they have VHS cassette holders in the background.
I don't know how old they are, but they have to be somewhat recent.
They can't be. Look at the TV.
I don't know, man. I think that there's maybe all these people shop at retro stores.
Dude, there's no way. No way.
Maybe they're set up that way on purpose. Maybe that's what the whole thing is. It's staging an old-timey look.
Oh, they nailed it.
They did. Next is just two blonde dolls on a bed. So whatever.
Oh, and that one blonde doll's got broken fingers.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. That's a sign of
Jesus.
abuse. Now let's move to the next one,
Oh,
where
God.
a family is sitting with a doll playing Scrabble.
How come all these dolls kind of look like the first doll with the droopy boobies? It kind of looks like a younger version of the lady with the droopy boobies.
Yeah.
Then this doll looks like a younger version with a career of the lady who's playing Scrabble with her.
Well, she's dressed like a nurse.
Yeah.
And the woman can clearly see her letter, so she's cheating. And it looks like the doll's pissed about it because she's got her hand up like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Do I ever get to go?
I don't understand why she's still having the stethoscope on. What's going on?
And why is there a fucking kid in the room?
Oh, and look at the kid. The kid's way more interested in like, no, Mom, you're spelling that wrong.
Yeah,
He's got the Element Skateboards for Life shirt on.
that's right. The next picture is just a
Oh, God.
close
What is
up
that?
of a doll. That's just
That's
weird.
nasty.
But then the next one, we got a guy playing video games with his doll.
I like his watch.
Now that is pretty sweet. By the way, just so he understands, I don't know if he does, you can actually play games online with real people. You don't have to just put a controller in a fucking lifeless doll's hands just so it seems like you're playing. He's probably just crushing her on the game too.
I was going to say, do you think he's just terrible? And what is up with this too? Why does he have a cubicle in his own home? What is
Hey,
going
it's just
on?
scenery. These are just sets, Neil. They're just moving
Wow.
pieces around. Next is a man holding a doll, and it's kind of blurred out. And is he carrying her across a threshold or something? What's going on? I mean, certainly a threshold is being crossed here, but I don't think it's the one he intends.
What is going? Oh my God, dude, you have ruined my evening.
There's only a couple left.
That's a doll he's holding?
Yes. And he's carrying her across the threshold.
Wow.
So go to the next one, which is a man holding a doll's hand. And is this guy
That's
like a naval
military
officer?
uniform. Yeah.
Or what's going on there? I'm not sure. Maybe he's just cosplaying.
I don't know. They both have really nice manicures, though.
Yes. Get back to the kitchen table. Picture 10. This is
this is the same family. This is Scrabble
it's the same
family.
one as before. This is the Scrabble family.
Right.
But now the nurse has been put away.
Yeah.
Or maybe she went to the hospital to work her shift. I don't know.
I think she's still sitting in the same seat. We just don't see her.
Maybe. Now a new doll is being tortured.
A younger looking doll who's staring at the camera, kind of like, why is this little fuck playing the guitar while this old bitch reads the newspaper?
Exactly. I have to sit here and listen to this damn kid fumble around with the guitar. It's a beautiful day outside. Can you put me outside? This is
Freaking
horrible.
turn me into a candle. I'd feel better.
And finally,
No. I don't need to see Dr. Phil laying next to a dead body.
we got a man lying down with a doll. I mean, so they're outside in the backyard, I assume.
This is creepy as fuck.
Laying on the grass. Her legs are kind of oddly spread apart. She's inviting him to get down, really. And he can't be bothered because he's on his goddamn laptop looking at porn.
If he was on the other side of her and her arm wasn't broken, it would seem as though, she was down. But right now it looks like he killed her. He didn't have any sort of sexual relations with her, whether it be invited or forced.
No.
And now he's looking online at
How to get rid of the body.
No, I was thinking he was looking at online at like, oh, I'm wondering how much my pog caps are worth from the 1990s.
That is all.
Got a wicked pair of, I believe those shoes are Reeboks.
Very disturbing pictures. Thank you, Kristen Meyer, for sharing that with us.
Kristen, you're into some kinky shit.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, good on
Crazy.
you. But
Look at, yeah, Chris, be careful.
Chris is going to get turned into a candle. She's going to put a wick up his butt, light it, and be like, hope you don't melt, son.
But we only hear him on his podcast. We don't see him.
I've never seen him, to think about it.
I have. I've seen him.
In person?
Exist. Yeah.
Did he talk?
He did talk.
Oh, she didn't like manipulate his hands and stuff?
I couldn't, unless she had an app on her phone. No, I think he was legitimately talking.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening to our show. You can find us at reasonsarseveral.com. Please go to don'tgotopless.store and get some gear. There's some gear out there to get. Go get it.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you waiting?
Get the new Reasons Are Several Air Force Ones. That would actually be wicked.
Maybe expensive, but that's all right.
Yeah. One-off Air Force Ones, no problem.
Also, go check out Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, the new Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
Yeah, we'll see.
As well as Halos and Heathens vlog on YouTube. Tweet at us at ReasonsAre, at AngelsFreak7. You can email us reasonsarseveral@gmail.com. We'll be back next week. Bye, Neil.
Bye.